What are your top tips to manage conflict when you have differing conflict styles? I've got a few tips related to this. First of all, it's important to think about what is a differing conflict style. So you might have one person who feels quite anxious when there's conflict and tension, and they just want to resolve it straight away. They want to stay up till 3 a.m. and talk it through and have it all solved. Or you might have another person who really gets that brain fog when they're feeling stressed, and they need to take space and be able to think about what they're going to say before they come back to it. So there's a few things that you can do if you have that different conflict style. One is you might talk about it before the next argument. When we are stressed and there's high emotions, our emotions are like 100% and our thinking brain switches offline. And this is our survival brains, where we're more in fight or flight or freeze. And this makes us more impulsive. It also changes our thinking style, so we can be more black and white in our thinking. We can kind of be more likely to judge someone or to see attacks, and it's really hard to problem solve in that moment. So better to address it when your emotions are lower. The second thing you might do is discuss your shared reasons why it'll be beneficial to change. Because it's really hard to make these changes and it can be effortful, and you want to know why it will be helpful. You'll have more fun together. You'll feel less stressed. And you also want to understand what you find challenging about conflict and also what you might need in that moment. The person who feels really anxious and wants to resolve it straight away, maybe they need the other person to tell them, we're going to come back to it tomorrow at 12 o'clock and we're going to talk about it then. And just having that set time point can really reduce that anxiety. Whereas the other person who needs time to think about it might say, I need a bit of space, I need a pen and paper to write things down, and then we can come back to it later. And the last thing to remember is to practice. If you have regular ways of conflict, it's like you're doing a dance together. And if you've been doing the waltz for 30 years, then it's going to be really hard to suddenly do the foxtrot. So if you really take time to practice the steps and do it bit by bit, eventually over time, you can change your conflict styles.